Hi, family. You know it is always a pleasure and a joy for me to connect with you as we continue our theme, that divine Hippocratic oath, God's intent to do us good all of the time, not to bring us harm. So, our running theme has been what hurts you does not necessarily harm you. This is such a deep theme, and imagine that we are um, coming close now to video 20. I could run to video 40, but I'm not going to do that anyhow. So let's get going. So what is the divine Hippocratic oath? Actually, if human doctors take an oath that they will not engage in interventions that would harm their patients, what about God? God has taken an oath as well. Look into Psalm 121. Look into Psalm 91. Look into Romans 8:28. Look into Jeremiah 29:11. And also look into Psalm 23. All right, so let's get started. God loves us too much to leave us to ourselves. And so his interventions, his strategies are always focused on bringing good into our lives. Because his thoughts and our thoughts, his ways and our ways, they are so widely different. There is such a disparity that it is described as being our ways, and his ways are described as being as far as the east is from the west. Just imagine that. No, but because God's thoughts and our thoughts and his ways and our ways are so different, there are times that people misunderstand and indeed misinterpret God's good intent. The greatest good, family, that God can do for each one of us, honestly, is to develop in us a Christ-like character. So let's start, and we all want that. So let's talk now for maybe this video and the next one. Actually, it could be several videos, how we can survive the pruning process and engage strategies that can help us to cooperate with God so that the good intended for us can be realized and not evil or harm. So 3 quick points. Number 1, remember, as you already know, that nothing can touch us except it first passes through the hand of God and is weighed and measured. It is not as though he flings it upon us. No. So provision has been made that we can bear it, meaning accept it and cast it upon him because he is our burden bearer. Sometimes people do the wrong casting. They cast away their confidence in God and they keep their cares. Nah. So let us obey this command, casting all your care upon him because he cares for you, and be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication we should let our requests be made known unto God. And he makes a promise that he will guard our minds and guard our hearts. Okay, second thing that we need to remember, if we are not just to survive, because it is not just a matter of surviving, it is benefiting, thriving through that process. Remember that God does have a plan, and that plan represents his will for us. So, family, we need to desire God's will and to seek to be in the center of that will. Everything we need for survival is in that central spot. His peace, his strength, and unshakable belief in his love for us, and of course, his presence. And the third point, since by nature, you know that we do not like change. We love our comfort zones. We might want to run from God's pruning, throwing the towel, abort the process. But family, here are some words that should help to stabilize us. Submission, cooperation, compliance, and obedience. And finally, change of perspective is a powerful tool. If you cannot change something immediately, then you might have to change how you view it. And it is called reframing. God can give us a new lens with which to view our circumstances, the binoculars of faith. Now, this aspect of our ongoing discussion, family, it cannot be exhausted, but I don't wish to exhaust you though. We're going to pick up from here the next time And before I close out, I do have to, let me just give a little rundown. Before I close out, we have to talk about our thoughts. If you're talking about survival, our thoughts. We have to talk about the part of praising God. We have to talk about the part of claiming his promises. So hold me to my word. I also want to read a poem for you, which is in my book, where I actually talk about the pruning process. I was just flipping through recently, and there it is. I reread that poem. I said, got to share it with the family. Okay, family, my time has galloped away as always. Can't you give me a few? Could you extend the minutes for me so that? All right, let me end. It's good to be with you. Are you going to come back? By now you are telling me yes. Please come back and please share the notes. You never know. As I keep saying, you never know what people are going through, and sometimes you might say just the right word, or you might share just the right video that can be of great encouragement. All right, family, you take care. Bye bye, and we will catch up very soon again.